People, deluded. Happy Friday, and I hope you're all well. Now it's 5 minutes to 8, 7:55 a.m. I gotta keep it moving. I have to leave my house by 20 minutes past 8, so I have to keep this vid quick and brief, people. I'm not gonna be here longer than a couple of moments. Apologies. If you can hear any processing noises or any sounds like a laptop, it's because my laptop, for you guys, at this moment in time, I'm actually editing, well not editing, putting together the Q&A. It's a long one and it's exporting from Adobe right now. About 22 minutes left, so we should be all right by the time I leave. But to the actual point in question now, a lot of people have got at Gooner Emery. I have to a degree as well. Not get at him, it's just ask, why did we go 5 at the back at home but we're going 4 at the back away? Or the way are we a bit, in terms of setting up, are we offensively allowing ourselves the best way forward in terms of attacking approach and being on the front foot and stuff? And like I said, everybody, including myself, has asked us that. I think there's been times where we've married together the both of them, like the period in March where we was playing 5 at the back, but we had Aubameyang and Lacazette, and we were scoring goals. And I will say this before I get on, people need to remember that the only two teams that have scored more than us in this Premier League are the two ones that are going for the title with Liverpool and City. You look at their squads and their attacking options collectively, they're way better than us. So you're doing all right if they're the only ones in front of you. Forgive me if I'm wrong. So we are scoring a lot of goals. We have scored some good goals. You look at Leicester, you look at Fulham, you look at Lacazette's against Liverpool, Lacazette's against it's Ozil's against Liverpool. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Did Lacazette score? Was it Ozil? One of them. Anyways, there's been some good moves this season, innit? There's been some good goals. But people, and you're within your rights, you can say, 5 at the back, we're a bit negative and things, and some of that is true. But for me, people, again, we're not Manchester City. The players we have, the manager that they have in Guardiola, they're on a different level to us, and even on the football field and what they're doing as a club. But whether Pep's playing 5 at the back, 3 at the back, 4 at the back, you still see the same attacking intentions. Now, obviously, I'm not criticising Gooner Emery. They've had 2 different times to work with their squads, but there's attacking intent. So I do feel it doesn't matter that if we play 5 at the back, 3 at the back, etc. It's all about what you're trying to do as a team. Do you have attacking intent? What's the philosophy behind how you play? Like I said, Pep Guardiola, you know how he wants to play. He wants to be on the ball, putting great moves together. He wants to be on the front foot more often than not. And that's reflected regardless of what formation he plays. With Arsenal, obviously we're at a different time in terms of our squad. You can't always say, in fact, you can't always say that's the case with us, because 9 times out of 10, we are very slow. Obviously, at times, we've put in some good counter-attacks and played some good football and been on the front foot. But more often than not, 9 times out of 10, we are very slow, overly patient, 1 pass too many. Things that can be done in 2 passes, we're trying to do in 4 or 5. Players take too many touches. And that's why we kind of struggle to break down teams. Because obviously, especially at home, if you're slow with the build-up play, you allow the opposition to get in front and get behind and get men behind the ball and stay in position. Added to that, we know the majority of how Arsenal play, we play in front of sides. We rarely try and, obviously, we do play penetrative passes or we wouldn't score goals, but rarely we're trying to play fizz balls into space, difficult passes over the top, just difficult passes. More often than not, it's patient. So again, you need to be patient, but more often than not, it's overly patient, side to side, negative sort of football. That is why people will look at this. So I disagree. I don't think it matters whether you play 5, 3 or 4 at the back. Your intention, as long as your intention as a team is to get forward. And you can't always say our first intention as a football team is to pass the ball forward, especially when our midfielders at times are taking 1 touch too many. The best footballers do things in less touches. If you can do things in 2 touches, why would you take 4? That allows the opposition to get back, and that slows down the counter. Obviously, again, City have better players they're in a different health in terms of their club than us, but their philosophy is to get the ball forward quick as possible, interchanging movements, and these things are reflected whether it's 5 at the back, 3 at the back or 4. So for me personally, people, I don't think it matters to a degree whether you play 5 at the back, 3 at the back, 4 at the back. It's about the philosophy and the attacking intent. Obviously, Gooner Emery, I'm not critiquing Gooner Emery. He needs time to build his team and things like that. I just feel people is quite late. It's lazy to a degree to just point to 5 at the back and assume certain things. Everyone's allowed their opinion, and that's mine. Like I said, people, it's 8 o'clock on the dot now, so I've got to keep it moving. But that's all I wanted to say, people. Like I said, people can say we're slow and negative and stuff, and I agree. But at the same time, regardless of what we're saying, Liverpool and City are the only guys that have scored more goals than us. And obviously a big part of that is obviously Aubameyang scoring goals. But you look at City, they've got Sterling, they've got Bernardo Silva making a difference, they've got Sergio Aguero, been a gunman since he came to the Premier League, Liverpool, Mane, Salah, etc., etc., and they're both challenging for the league. Arsenal, obviously, goals don't win league titles to a degree. Obviously, it does, but within this context, it doesn't. But and we do have our own questions. But at the end of the day, them two sides are very good sides, and they're the only ones that have scored more than us. So what does that say? Obviously, I believe in balance. There's a bit of both. Yes, we've scored a lot of goals and put some good moves together, but more often than not, I feel we take too many touches. We're too slow to break teams down, and we play in front of teams too much. It must be a dream if you're on the wayside coming to the Emirates and we take too long to pass the ball and really put balls in front of you and allow our strikers to really get at your centre-halves, and we pass the ball backwards. It must be a dream because we allow you to get back into position and then you can frustrate us. It must be a dream as an attacking away back four coming to the Emirates, in my opinion. Obviously, there are rare examples where we've been on the front foot. You look at United in the league, you look at the both games against Spurs. Obviously, there's Liverpool at home, I get credit where due. There's been good times in it, but more often than not, it's stale, it's negative, and it's slow and overly patient. That's just my opinions in it, so I'm going to keep it pushing. On that note, people, DG, I'm out. Comment, subscribe, and do the rest. Thank you for watching. Now time for me to get on the Victoria line. I'm out.